In the last video, we talked about John Locke's ideas on the state of nature and the social contract theory, which says that humans are naturally good and they sacrifice some of their freedoms to form societies and governments in order to protect their rights. Taking this a step further, Locke also said that governments get their power from the consent of the people it governs, who are part of the social contract. This is called popular sovereignty, and we're going to see how Locke puts these three concepts together to make a conclusion with far-reaching impact, especially when concerning rebellions and revolutions. Now we'll go back to class Rumia, where King Carl rules in an absolute monarchy, and look at the scenario Locke proposes in his essay. Let's imagine that King Carl has no sons and passes on the crown to his brother John. John takes over class Rumia, but is very greedy and selfish and becomes tyrannical, which means cruel and unfair. Locke says that a king or government must not take away rights from the members of the social contract, because the purpose of government is to protect those rights. King John's subjects are very angry that he's trampling on their inalienable rights. According to Locke, they not only have the right, they have the obligation to form a new government to protect their rights, and then defend themselves against the old government. This is the bottom line. Locke believes people have a good state of nature. They want to protect their inalienable rights, so they form a social contract. If that particular social contract starts taking away their rights, they are obliged to protect them by starting a new government or social contract. Locke's idea is not a new one, but it gathers a lot of followers because it's during the Enlightenment, and there's a lot of revolutionary sentiment at that time. In 1579, 110 years before Locke's treatises on government, Philippe du Plessis-Mornay talks about the obligation of citizens to defend themselves. He says that if anyone attempts either by fraud or force to violate the civil covenant or social contract, we are all bound to resist by solemn oath. Even hundreds of years before Plessis-Mornay, St. Thomas Aquinas, a medieval Catholic scholar, stated that people under a tyrannical government should rebel and overthrow it. However, he did not say that a change of government should happen every time someone disagrees, but warned that revolution should only happen if the damage done by tyranny exceeded what could occur in a rebellion. So there you have it. While Locke was not the first philosopher to give people a moral reason behind rebelling against the government, he wrote during the Enlightenment, when the spirit of revolution was in the air across the globe, and the study of political theory was a major focus of society. Okay, time for some discussion questions. Number 1. Where can we see the impact of Locke's social contract theory today? Number 2. Are there any times in history where a social contract has been violated? What happened?